talk about the final end of your season. You guys set a couple records. You had the best start to the season in program history. It's 14 games without a loss before you finally took that first loss against Biola. You had a great scoring differential at home. You outscored opponents 28-6 on your home field. You did a pretty good job of defending the pitch there. Overall record, you finished 11-4-4. Those 4 ties ultimately end up keeping you out of first place in the conference with that top draw at the GSAC tournament, but you made your way back to the tournament for the second season in a row. If you could just maybe talk about how you felt with that really strong start, and then, unfortunately ending the season the way that you did with that loss to Masters at home. What kind of things do you think the team went through, and what can you build on going forward?
The way I kind of describe this year, it's not always good to compare years, but if we compare the other season that we had when we won the league, that was one of the best years we've also had. So we've had 2 very good years in the last 3 years. It's almost a little bit crazy to think in this way, and it obviously there's a lot of elements to it, but that year we won the league, finished first, we had 6 games that went to overtime. We won 4 of them, 5-1 in Boston. This year we had 5 games go to overtime, and in that 5 we tied 4 in Boston. If even 2 of those changed, we would have won the league again and probably went a little bit farther, and who knows, into playoffs. Kind of what you said, we've had one of the best years we've ever had. We set some records. I think we got as high as number 17 in the nation. Picked up some injuries, which is part of it. We were very blessed the first half of the season not to really hit anything serious, and then it kind of, when it rains, it pours. It just hit. We had 6 or 7 starters out at one point once we started kind of struggling to find that end result. And those games, again, soccer is soccer. It goes either way. So I think, the guys fought hard and never stopped believing and trained hard. The one thing I took away from this year compared to all the rest that I've been here is it's one of the closest teams we've had. They love each other. They love playing. They're very, very competitive. So I would say on the field, it's some of the best practices and training sessions we've had ever here at home. Player for player, going to goal, whatever we're doing, they're just very competitive and very, a very talented group. I think we had a lot of goals that we set throughout the season. I think we met most of them, and at the end, our most lofty goal was to get in the national tournament. So if you just base it off that, obviously we didn't get to that mark, but I think it was a very successful season, a very fun group of guys that just want more and are anxious. We got, I think, close to 11 seniors for next year that, we're hoping that can be kind of our breakout year and kind of get into that tournament. But not to look past this year. I mean, this year it was hard to just not come back after after we lost that last game. I mean, it's been so much fun to train and to be around these guys.
You mentioned those 2 seniors. What does it mean to lose 2 players of that caliber?
It's always hard. You can't replace guys that have been playing at the high level that long, guys with the skill and the leadership that they both provided. One, I would start with Caesar. He still needs another semester to graduate, so he'll be around next year to feed into our younger guys. Most likely, we've kind of talked about it, and we're looking to add him on staff. And then, Talles he's special. I think he adds a lot. In some ways, he's irreplaceable. He's creative. He's hard to mark. He's everywhere. He's very fit. But on some other ways, not to move past him, because again, there's no player like him, is sometimes structurally he kind of did his own thing. So I think somebody, just with our recruiting class coming in and what we're looking at to move forward, again, it's always hard to replace, but I think not only do we have a strong recruiting class come in, we have 4 redshirts that, in my opinion, would have started for us that are very similar types of players as those 2. And those guys will be missed, and we kind of want them, just like this season, we want them around and part of this and want to help get them to that next level if that's their goal.
What do you think your outlook is next season, assuming everyone stays healthy, eligible, and all that?
You know what? I think our goal stays the same until we reach it. We want to get to the national tournament. No program in school history for soccer has gotten that far. We've only gotten to the semi of our GSAC tournament, so our goal is to break that and then to see how we can do at the national tournament. Our goal is the same. It's to continue setting the bar higher and higher for every group that comes in, and then staying there. It's always it's one thing to do it once and get there, but it's a whole other thing to get there, stay there, fight for those types of positions, and going to that tournament every year. And that's our goal, is to be as competitive as possible with what we're given, and to create an atmosphere and a culture of winning, but a culture of family, and all encompassing what got us in here with the university and their academics and getting that degree, a holistic view of what college soccer is, and we want that to be something that they are proud of being a part of and are pursuing the same goals. And because we know soccer is not forever. We know that some of them their last game will be the last game here as far as that level goes, and we just want to create that competitive experience on the field as well as in the classroom, as well as the bigger purpose.
Who are you most excited to see return to the pitch this year?
You mentioned a couple. I mean, Noel has been exciting for a long time. We've had him kind of on the backseat waiting for him to get eligible and trying to help him out in school, and I think he's finally figured out how to do that. He is definitely a special attacking player for us. Yes, Ryan Brown is coming in as a senior. I think he had a great year with us this year. Captain. We had another red shirt that was supposed to be eligible. That's another leader as a center mid, which is very creative, Pedro. We have a very unique story with Sam Samanda as our center back, and we found out at the beginning of our season that he only had one more year, and we just found out we get him a second year, and he's going to come back and kind of anchor us with Caesar as the center back options. And we have some freshmen that got a lot of time. One of them started for most of the season with Javier, and I think he's going to be, by his junior year, going to be an all GSAC player. And with the spring season to kind of get some of these guys, younger guys in the weight room. I mean, again, I could go through these lists of guys that this is their senior year, have been with me for 4 years, and the improvements they've made with Alex is kind of that he hasn't stood out in a huge way because people don't understand all the other things that he's doing. He's played every position as keeper for us in his 3 years so far. We were probably expecting shorter response. There's just so many neat aspects of each guy on the team, and I wish I could just sit here and name them all because I think they all add something special to what we've got going on this year and beyond.
Thanks for sitting down with us and recapping this year's season, maybe taking a look towards next year. Look forward to seeing the effort and the payoff on the pitch.